Hello. I'd like to start by thanking Professor Dr. Seung Kim. Thank you so much for inviting me to this really exciting event. And also I thank DirectMediaLab and Bugyeong National University. So I will share my screen. About the first question, so what I am paying close attention to is, yes, I can say webtoons, as Dr. Sage briefly mentioned. So webtoons have been popular in South Korea since the early 2000s, and then have spread to other the regions, including North America. So webtoon is term combining web, digital, and toon, cartoon. However, it is used as the name of the world's largest digital comics platform. So I will show a very brief, short video clip. Some of you might be very familiar with webtoons. However, from my experience, for those who might not be familiar with webtoons, so I will show this really short video clip, then probably you will get the idea about how you read and maybe consume webtoons. I tried to make it really short. That's why I really did very quickly. So probably you cannot read the content. So while you are watching how it works, and then probably you can also listen to me. So as you see on the screen, so webtoons mainly consist of close-ups in a long vertical layout. So you see images, and also you can read the text by clicking and also scrolling down your cell phone or computer screen. So the verticality is a distinctive feature, and the reader or audience sometimes can also listen to some background music while they are watching or reading webtoons. But I chose the omniscient reader. That episode does not have any sound. Okay, the vertical layout is really innovative. So utilizing gutter spaces to build the tension, provide the temporal and also spatial transitions. So webtoons are easily accessible anytime and anywhere by online platforms. So while their convenience and accessibility contribute to webtoons' popularity, I'd like to highlight that active reader or maybe audience participation, particularly through the comment section. Now you see that at the end of each episode plays a crucial role in this phenomenon. Well, readers' reactions and feedback are integral to the success of webtoons, and they have led to webtoons branching out into various media productions, including television dramas and the movies and online games and even streaming services such as Netflix. Probably here you can see, you can see that how many people really watched and clicked like, and then how really people react, and even how really people really like, and maybe some the viewers or maybe some the audiences, they suggest the remake into the mediums and the different media and the productions. So in the comment sections, you can observe how audience react to and interact with specific webtoons. So there is a concept I refer to as 댓글 in Korean word, to emphasize their unique roles in following and writing about the webtoon. It means, yes, click follower and then write about the webtoon. So initially they share their reactions. Sometimes they really share maybe critical reviews or analysis. As Dr. Sage briefly mentioned about how maybe the idol industries, they also utilize webtoons to maybe promote or maybe to strengthen the relationships between fans and then the idols. So in this way, probably I can say the webtoon 댓글, comment section, to enhance this relationship and at the same time extend the story world of the webtoons. So the 댓글 space fosters intimate connections that turn media users into active participants. Of course, not all of the webtoon, the readers, right? But usually they click and then maybe it's just to click like, or maybe some active, the participant, they also write the comments. So in this way, in the process of media reception, they emerge as active participants. And so they express their emotional maybe responses, and even sometimes they shed tears virtually. So in this regard, my current research is about how Webtoon 댓글, the comment section, visualize particularly men's tears in media reception. So men's emotional reactions, including tears, have been relatively neglected in the media, the reception practices. So my research focuses on the question of how 댓글 as a virtual and intimate space enable emotional interactions among male audiences. So by suggesting the melodrama as a mode of reception, I also look at the new form of masculinity, and the probably masculinity can be discussed in terms of Webtoon reception. So I will move to the next question. It is about, okay, so how you explain the success of K content in the US. So regarding the second question, well, even I briefly just mentioned previously, but I would focus on the two factors regarding the popularity of Webtoons in the US. The technological, the convergence and the platformization of everyday life activities play important roles in this phenomenon. So the convergence of web technologies and comics as media content drives the popularity of Webtoons. And also, when I went to New York City last year, I really personally witnessed just really active the Webtoon advertisement by using the New York City subway platforms. So you see that how Webtoons have been really promoted in big cities in the US. And also since 2021, the DC Comics has partnered with Webtoon. This is really the platform, the name of the platform, to reach global audiences by, for example, the serializing Batman, Wayne family adventures in Webtoon format. So I will move to the next questions. Netflix environment. So the previous speakers, they really elaborated on this issue. However, I will just maybe briefly talk about Webtoons. So successful Netflix series such as Itaewon Class, Sweet Home, and Hellbound, they are all originated from Webtoons. So even the recent Disney Plus series Moving is also based on Kangpur, the webtoonist, Kangpur's 2015 webtoon. So these streaming service platforms further amplify the trend of webtoon-based content production because of, as I mentioned, the proven popularity of webtoons among audiences in the comment section, taker section. So in this way, maybe the media producers, they can guarantee whether the remake of webtoons can really succeed or not. And the interesting one is after watching these series, and some people, they really want to read the webtoon, the original version of these series. These series. That's why webtoons, ironically, also gained a lot of popularity, even though they finished the serializing long time ago. And the next question, it is about can Korean companies compete with other global platforms such as Netflix, Hulu? Well, I used this slide again, but I will explain soon. So probably I can say Korean neighbor Webtoon is the platform name, currently holds the most dominant market share, more than half. In South Korea, more than 80%. In Japan, more than 70%. In also the US, yes, more than 60%. In the France, which has a lot, maybe compared to the US, diverse the Webtoon platforms, but more than 50%. So in this way, probably I can say that Webtoon itself is also a brand name and also the platform. So it's really competitive. However, as I showed that maybe like the Webtoon and the DC Comics, the partnership, the potential for partnerships with global tech companies like an Amazon and Apple, as well as streaming services, may probably offer the further success. I just found the very exciting the articles that Apple and Amazon, they are also interested in the expanding their streaming services and then having webtoons. So currently, and another one is maybe the common belief is that webtoons mainly target, and the webtoons are more for the younger generation. But probably you can see that the broadening of their audience across various age groups and cultures. So it means maybe the future of the webtoons is more promising as their growth has continued. And I will move to the last question. So yes, obviously I can say that we now live in a platform-driven world where new content is in demand. So webtoons with their diverse genres and stories are well maybe positioned to thrive by fostering a supportive media environment and maybe policies regarding the digital labor and also maybe vibrant academic agenda, I guess. Yes, the webtoon, maybe new webtoon authors, they can enter more and also they can survive. And even also they can create new content activity. And also probably the webtoon industry and the culture have more diverse and global webtoon audiences. All right, so I will stop here and thank you so much for listening to my well-informed presentation.